So hey there guys, and welcome back to Genius Apple. And today I'm going to be reviewing a book written by an author whom all the kids of the present generation really like. Obviously it's me, I know about the other kids. But of course the writer is amazing, the book is amazing, and the stories are intricately, beautifully crafted. Can anybody guess that? Anyone? No? Well, the author is Geronimo Stilton. Now you can pronounce it any way you want, Geronimo or Geronimo. I will pronounce it any way I want, so I'll go with Geronimo. The author Geronimo Stilton, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Phoenix of Destiny, an epic adventure in the kingdom of fantasy. Now, to really understand this book, you'll have to go far behind and see some book reviews of the other Kingdom of Fantasy books, because this book is quite related to the other ones. This is quite an old book in my bookshelf, and I read it again and again, and I really liked it. Now, the page quality in some of these books, they have this golden outlining. Everything is really amazing in this book. I really liked it. The story is good. So, I'll read you the back thing. Geronimo Stilton has returned to the Kingdom of Fantasy. Oh wait, why to read that? I have this in my head. This time Geronimo Stilton has returned through the Kingdom of Fantasy, and he met up with Blossom, the Queen of Fairies in the Kingdom of Fairies. This time she wasn't very good. She wasn't herself. She was cruel, she was evil, she was foul-mouthed actually, I pronounced that incorrectly. She was really cruel, she was not talking to anybody properly, and she was surrounded by dark fairies. Dark fairies were, her new court. I mean, imagine the Queen of Fairies being surrounded by dark and evil fairies. That gave a shock to Geronimo. So when he came in, the Queen ruthlessly ordered him to go get her the Sweet Dreams cradle from Munchie Valley, where wizards live. And wizards who, used to create cakes and cookies and all sweet things. Oh, they were all fat witches and wizards. So, Geronimo asked who he can take help from. She forbade him to take help from anybody. Everybody gave him small tokens of appreciation, but they said that due to her orders, they were unable to help him. So, he went straight on, and his other friend, Scribblehopper, got him a armor. The armor was made out of tin. It was pathetic. It was spray painted gold. Can you believe it? It was pathetic. And he also got a bodyguard who was a very fraidy mouse bodyguard. He just ran away at the first thought of Munchie Valley. So they went, he accomplished his mission, everything went nice. Then he came back. He was proud of having accomplished his mission. Geronimo came back, and the cradle was snatched from his hands, and then he was sent to get the essence of darkness from the bats. Now that shocked him, because Blossom had never actually behaved this badly with him. He had given him rest, and there were many other aspects which Blossom had allowed him to have some freedom in. So now he didn't have any freedom. He was told ruthlessly to go do this work and then that work. He had to get total of many things, which he had to travel far and wide across. He had to face vampires, stinky bats. Stinky bats, I like saying that. Stinky bats, I just like saying that, alright. Vampires and so many other things, evil witches, wizards. And in the end, he had to get the tear of sadness. So he decided to go to a village which was already supposed to be sad. But then he realized he didn't need to go that far. He was very sad about the loss of goodness in his friend and his queen Blossom. So he was the only one who had the tear of true sadness. He was the one who actually had the tear of true sadness, because he was sad about what was happening to the Kingdom of Fantasy under the rule of Blossom, who was no longer herself. So he delivered that to Blossom and decided that he would go back home. But he didn't believe that his mission was complete. He thought that there was something wrong. He had to do something to improve Blossom's condition. So he snuck in a gnome disguise. He was looking so pathetic. Obviously, I can't show you that, but if you will read the book, you'll see he was looking so funny. I actually felt like laughing. He went in a gnome disguise. The gnomes were about this small and he was this tall. So basically you get the image. And he was very fat, pot-bellied with a beard. Oh, the disguise was pathetic, but because it was pathetic, nobody recognized him. He snuck in and he noticed that Blossom was talking happily with the queen of the witches. If you don't know who that is Cackle. She made her appearance in the first book of Geronimo Stilton in the Kingdom of Fantasy. So, not the first book he wrote, the first book which actually came out of the Kingdom of Fantasy, in the first book in the series. That's where Cackle had first made her appearance, and of course she was the one who was talking to Blossom. Now he found that a bit wrong, because how can the queen of fairies and the queen of witches be very, very good friends, because they were mortal enemies? So he decided to explore further. Now Blossom used to wear a locket around her neck which had her name inscribed on the back. When Blossom bent down to pick up a black rose, then that locket fell down and on top it was written Wither. And then they came to know that Wither, he realized from past talking to Blossom that Wither was actually her sister, Blossom's sister, twin sister, who looked exactly like her but was evil. What had actually happened was Cackle had sent an evil wasp or honeybee, I don't remember, to sting Wither. And Wither became evil and wanted to learn the arts of magic from Cackle. So Cackle readily agreed. Now they had planned to get rid of Blossom. Now how to get rid of Blossom? They called the one and only knight, Geronimo Stilton, to do the work for them. I'll give you the exact names of the things that they bought, and through those things they locked up Blossom. Since they locked up, that's Wither here. I hope that's clear, but that is Wither. Now see. Okay, so the first treasure was the cradle of sweet dreams. Like I said, that will put Blossom into an eternal sleep. Then her prison was made very black due to the essence of darkness from the stinky bats. And then they took a crystal coffin from the vampires which could only be opened by a true friend. And green hair from the hairballs could only be cut from a special kind of scissors, and they were as hard as the strongest ropes. Those were used to tie Blossom's hand, and Blossom's face was covered with an evil stone mask which would turn anything conscious evil. The last thing was the clickety-clack chain, I think. Yeah, the click-clack chain. And when you say specific words, then the chain would turn around whatever the thing you're trying to tie up, and it would get locked. And in the end, the condensed sadness, which I said Geronimo took from his own tear, that would crystallize on top of the coffin and make it, completely hidden from view, so nobody would know who is inside. Now we'll see how Geronimo managed to get rid of all of these treasures. First of all, there was a mystery of the invisible crypt. The invisible crypt was the place where Blossom was hidden. Nobody knew how to find it except for the small crystalline gnomes. He told them the prophecy, a riddle actually. To reach the crypt, you must find a place that reflects you and your mind. This place makes portraits at all hours. It is made with magical crystal powers. So take a step and look around. It might be up or might be down. The answer to the riddle was a mirror. Inside the mirror was Blossom's, the entire prison, and inside that he used specific things. First he used stardust to remove the blackness, then he got rid of the condensed sadness by using the happy tear of Blossom's memories, condensed happiness. He knew the words to open the click clack chain. They were like click clack, reverse back, untie chain, piddly pack. Weird words. Then he opened the crystal coffin because he was a true friend. He closed his ears and broke the cradle. He untied the hairballs, green hair, and put the stone mask back inside. Blossom woke up and they had a fight. Wither promised to be back and avenge, take revenge from Blossom, and Blossom said she'll be ready. She granted many boons to everyone who had helped Geronimo Stilton, including the fact that she made Geronimo a prince. She made him fearless, the prince of the winged ones, and he was given a sword, Brave One. This mythical sword was made out of sparkling fairy crystal. It had a silver handle engraved, I remember this, silver handle engraved with 3 roses, and it was very, very sharp. And he was also given a ring which could make him enter the kingdom of fantasy at will. So that was all it was for this book review, guys, and hopefully you guys will like and subscribe, and please share this video because everyone in the world would love reading Geronimo Stilton, I'm sure. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'm gonna hopefully see you guys next time.